Hello, good evening, friends. So, today I'm here to talk about something very interesting and which is an utmost thing for the parents and educators at this time to be aware of our children. In this time of the pandemic, we have seen that some children are feeling very low and depressed. For months, they are closed in their homes. They are not allowed to go for play, nor socialize or talk to their friends. They are not able to meet their friends. They are not able to meet their teachers, and they are missing the schools. They are missing the classrooms, and they are also missing the connections with their different different family members or relatives or anyone with whom they may be close apart from the family. So, in this situation, we need to be very strong and we need to be aware of our children's feelings. So, we as parents and educators have to be very careful about our children's feeling, what they are actually thinking about, what are they going through. In this time, it is very necessary that we develop a positive self-esteem in our children. So, what actually is positive self-esteem? Positive self-esteem is the notion about how you feel about your own self or the opinion you have about your own self. So, it is very necessary that this positive self-esteem is built in each and every child's life so that he takes the right decisions and he is at a good position for tackling all the problems in his life, and he is having a good feeling about himself, about what he is doing, and also what he is about to do in his future. Everyone has some times in their life in which they feel low, or maybe sometimes they feel little depressed. And however, this situation, if not controlled for a long time, they may also lead to many mental depression or some kind of trauma or anxiety in the adulthood. So it is necessary for the parents to control this in the early childhood so that this may not lead to different kind of problems in the future as an adult. Some of the symptoms of low self-esteem can be like not talking to anybody, or maybe keeping themselves aloof in the room, or maybe less communicating their feelings, or they are not able to show performance which you expect them to do. You might be feeling that your child is actually studying, but he is actually not, and you then scold your child for not achieving what you expected him to be. But did you ever realize what he is going through? Did you ever realize what kind of feelings are in his mind? So in this time, we need to be very careful for our children, and we should take a step so that they develop a positive self-esteem. People with good self-esteem generally feel positive about themselves and about life. This makes them much more resilient and better able to cope up with life's up and down. So ups and downs can be there in everybody's life. So it helps the person or the child to cope up with them very well. And those with poor self-esteem, however, are very much critical about themselves. They are at a position where they criticize their own self for a long duration of time, and they take up the challenges and setbacks in their life majorly with very much feeling low. And a lack of self-esteem can therefore influence how people behave, and sometimes people with low self-esteem may be facing situations in a more worse way. They may kill themselves, or maybe taking a harsh step which they might not realize. So some tips for developing a good positive self-esteem are: first, identify the positive things about yourself. Talk to your child what he is good at, what he is positive at. Build positive relationship with your child and avoid the negative ones. You should be careful what you are telling your child. Every time criticizing in his little things would not bring good results. It is not necessary for your child to be perfect at all things he do. Sometimes ignoring the little things which are imperfect are good. The key is not to be hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself, but not too critical. And yeah, practice some assertiveness with your child and learn to say no. Sometimes you have situations like the child might make some mistakes or is not doing something which is expected by you, as he might not meet your expectations level. So in this time you may be scolding your child, but then it's not a good thing. You have to be always assertive about what your child does. And yeah, allow your child to take up challenges. It's not that once he has scored low doesn't mean that he will score low for the whole future. If you take the right way to guide your child to choose his career or maybe something, develop his hobbies interestingly, so that might help to bring a positive change in his life. I hope this was a good tip for you. Thank you so much for listening.